Hello and welcome back to Projects in Java. Today we're going to continue working on our Servlet project. What we're going to be doing today is connecting our login class to our verify servlet, and we're going to continue doing that for the other classes. So let's go to our project, and the first thing that we're going to do in here is add a URL. So URL, and then in the action perform method, we are going to initialize that URL. And our input is going to be the URL to the servlet. And we can get rid of this input here since we're going to be doing that on the server side. So now we need to create an HTTP URL connection. With this connection, we're going to send our requests. And so we'll cast HTTP URL connection to URL.open connection. And then we need to set this connection to handle output. So connection dot set do output. That's equal to true. And now we can open an output stream. So output stream writer. We'll call this out is equal to new output stream writer. And we'll get the output stream of the connection. And so we'll take out this section here. And the only thing we're going to need here is the rehash password. So we'll leave that in. And so after we re-encrypt the password, we're going to write the username and the re-encrypted password to the output stream. So out.write, and we're going to get the username from the text field. So usertf.getText plus a space. And then sb.toString. And then we're going to close the output stream. Now we'll create an integer. We'll call this RC for return code or response code. And we're going to get the response code from the connection. So connection.getResponseCode. And these are the response codes that we set up earlier, the accepted and unauthorized. So now here we can check to see if RC is equal to HTTP URL connection dot HTTP accepted. And so if it is accepted, we'll go to the file browser screen. And so after that, we'll get the output of the server. And we can get that with a buffered reader. We'll call this n is equal to new buffered reader. And we'll pass that an input stream reader. And we'll get the input stream from the connection. And then we can print out the line. So system.out.println is equal to in.readLine. Now in our servlet, let's add some output if the user is not able to log in. So we'll do that here. And we'll move the writer.flush and writer.close to after this. And move the writer to before the if statement. And so here we'll write that we're not able to authenticate the user. So writer.write. And the last thing we need to do here is erase this, since it'll be closed down here. And you know that your project will be reloaded because here in the console, it'll say reloading context with name and your project name. So now let's go back to our applet and then go to run, then run configurations. You should see your editor applet project name here. Then go to parameters, and we're going to change this to 500 by 500. Click run. And so with that running, we're going to go to our workspace folder. And then under our project folder, there'll be a bin folder. And we'll copy all of our classes and the HTML page that's there. And we'll copy this to our Apache server. And so with that done, we can open up Internet Explorer again. Go to localhost. And then we'll click on our HTML page and run our applet. And we can try logging in. And so right now this isn't going to let us log in because it's trying to create the file browser, but we haven't created that servlet yet. So let's put in a print line here. Actually, we can just change this to a print line just to make sure this is working correctly. And we'll wait for this to update. And then try to log in again. And you see here on our Tomcat server console, it says that user 1 has logged in. And we'll try that again just to make sure. And user 1 has logged in. So we are able to log in from our applet now using the servlet. Okay, and since we just changed that for testing, let's go ahead and change this back to writer.write. And so in our next video, we'll create the registration servlet.